Okay. We got through. Let's battery up. Oh, here's a key card.
Key cards? I hate key cards. Whatever
What
happened
was
to
that?
good old bolts and padlocks? That's what I want to know.
That was easy to get. Keycard has research room written on it. That was easy. Something's gonna happen. I don't like this. Something's gonna happen. That was freaking... Gonna save real quick. Sorry, we're gonna artifact real quick. Okay.
So, want to let her rot a few more hours, make her really appreciate this daring rescue attempt? Or shall we go let her out now? Make the most of her while she's vulnerable? Huh? Nudge, nudge. Wink, wink. Eh?
There's a guy. There's a guy. Yeah, you don't see me. Nope, no one here. It talks. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna let it go past, and we're gonna let it come back. And when it's back this way, we're going to sneak and potentially have to run for it. Okay. Oh, that actually worked surprisingly well. Where is she?
Shelter Center Research Station is encountering technical difficulties. Please have your personal cyanide capsule at the ready.
Okay. Taking hints of things are not as they seem, especially considering she is. No, I was wanting a soda again. That she is not right here. It's a little baby. Oh my god, why is there a fetus? I would rather not use a toilet here. Agreed. Let's artifact real quick. They're a part of the process. They're taking me, sealing me inside so that the virus can grow. They're partitioning my mind, putting me inside so that he can take over. They're imprisoning me.
Oh, looky here. More perilous death-defying action courtesy of the skinny English professor. Rambo, you are not. Try running towards him, screaming.
Oh my!
for his
What does it have? Okay, I can dodge around it. What am I supposed to be doing? Dude, this thing is strong. Ow. Oh, I see what I need to do. I need to lead him underneath the thing. Yeah, come on. Come on in here. Ow.
Hey, good work, buddy. Give yourself a slap on the back with a crowbar, why don't you? Oh, one thing, before you get too overwhelmed with glee. I know murder can be a lot of fun, but, didn't you quite like that broad?
You're kidding
I think
me.
that's a piece of her skull on your shoe. Wait, don't tell me you really thought... I thought you knew I was pulling your leg. Oh, my best laid plans and all that. This is just terrible. You silly Billy. Come on, monkey. Take a joke.
You've got to be kidding me. A key.
Why, oh why, are they always holding a key? Or a note? Or a swipe card? Why is it never, I don't know, a cheese sandwich? I'm starving.
No way to get that open. That. Oh my. Clarence. Clarence, Clarence, Clarence. Hey, I'm going to guess that's a key for this. No, this door is open. Okay. So we got a key for somewhere that I don't know yet. I didn't even try this door. Is this door open? Oh, I guarantee that's what this key goes. Yep. Okay.
Boring. Where's the games on this thing?
Antidote, diagram 1, diagram 2, door lock controller, diagnostics, and an executable. Let's look at the text files first. Turngut virus, field research, cure, Emma Bell Swanson. If you're reading this, I guess you won't have to put up with me anymore. I know you will have tried your best, so I suppose. Thanks for giving me that, at least. I thought I'd knock something up to help you, just in case I wasn't around to do it myself. Sorry it's a bit formal, force of habit, I guess. Abstract. The purpose of this procedure is to formulate a cure that will stabilize the infection in the host and, if possible, reject it entirely. Experiments have shown that injections covering as much as 50% of brain tissue can be reversed at an 80% success rate. In rare cases, the mixture will destroy both the host and the infection. The luxury of having no choice. Equipment: compound mixer type ZX3 version 2, built from a substance analyzer. Chemicals: acetone, chemical base, chlorine, catalyst, sulfur delivery packet, iodine, stabilizer, nitrogen, pH balancing, bromine, acidity regulator, fairly important. Without this, it'd just be a big old rat poison. Chemicals will automatically be stored in the order listed above. The most important addition is Substance 65. I've only had access to 12 and 67, which have proven to work with varying degrees of success. 65 has similar, though exaggerated, properties of 67 and was discovered just before infection, so it should be quarantined within chemical labs. Method: all chemicals should be combined with the ZX3 version 2 and stored according to the list order. At default settings, the storing will be automatic and chemicals can be poured into the machine in any order. Substances to be inserted into container slot. It is vital that the chemicals are mixed in the following order: chlorine, acetine, iodine, bromine, nitrogen, and finally sulfur. Note that due to the error during manufacturing, the lower button row got reverse numbering, marking the rightmost start at 4 and then increasing to the left. I'm going to have to reread this when I'm actually at the machine I need to do this for. I really hope it's recording notes. I think they do. After a successful mixture, the host can be injected with up to 3 milligrams, depending on the severity of the infection. Note: all chemicals and equipment should be stored in examination room. Predicted effects. Since the viral aspect of the host mind is likely to be a weakened or inflicted portion of the original host identity, the final state of the host is unclear. I guess I'll never give up on the fairy tale ending. It's also likely that some remnant of the viral capabilities may remain: telepathy, memory, perhaps the ability to communicate with the central nervous system. Seriously though, even if we don't quite get our happily ever after, thanks for trying. It meant a lot to me. Damn it,
This
Clarence.
broad, you kill her off. And she's still getting a lot of piss and wind from beyond the grave. That's about as likely to work as aromatherapy is to cure cancer.
Shelter population graph. Animal mutation rate. Okay. Roulette controller. Go ahead and unlock it. The chem airlock. Diagnostics executable. Select command. General status, execute. Facility condition critical. Transportation inaccessible. Chance of survival 78%. Error recalculating 0.78%. Experimental status. Subjects chimpanzee 3, lab rat 12, human 3, condition unknown. Visitor throughput. Last new visitor 1 year, 2 days ago. Last confirmed exit 8 days ago. Total exits last year 31. Total exits this year 3. Total visitors this year 1. Operational systems. Life support 36%. Catering offline. Transport offline. Communications internal only. Security offline. Plumbing 100%. That's good. No other further information available. Major events. 21st August 1972. Accident 18C occurs. 1st of April. Construction starts. 3rd of March. Construction complete. 6th January. Substance 63 and artifact 66B discovered at Site B. 2000. Investigation of tomb. And 35 logs corrupted and could not be recovered. Okay. Research status. Project C567 status completed, outcome negative. Project A163 status completed, outcome negative. R212 status ongoing, outcome unknown. Okay. Need a password for that one. Get a password, I guess I can come back here. So we need to go. There's no words for what Clarence did, for what I did. I held my anger tight to my chest and used it. I used it to keep going. I intended to use it to cure myself of Clarence forever. So let's find the map real quick.
You know you'd be awfully lonely without me, don't you? We're really not that bad together. Why don't we just call it quits, huh? If you stop trying to destroy me, I'll give you a shiny penny.
So it was. All chemicals and commit should be stored in the examination room. So we need to go to the examination area, which is 3. Okay, so can he see me through that? I don't think he can. No. Okay. So we need to go around the research, down, through, up. Okay. Did he just see me? No. Okay. Could have come through there. Examination area is right here. Cut through. Okay, so this is where all the chemicals should be stored. We've got nitrogen. They're part of the process. They're taking me, sealing me inside the vegetable grow. Okay, I've already seen that one. Whoops. Let's. How many were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of them. Okay, so I need to find 6 chemicals. Could collapse at any moment. Is that a hint? Oh, did I check the computer in this room? Doesn't seem to work. Okay. Blocked from the other side. Anything hidden behind? Yeah. Hi. Hey. Oh, can I use the coin? Oh, come on. You used it at the beginning of the game. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Penumbra Black Plague. This will be starting off my third session. So, I got some unfortunate news. This audio is actually recorded post playing. I'm just rewatching my video of me playing, and I'm going to be speaking over it. I was a dum-dum. I had my mic muted the entire time I was playing this third session and did not realize it until after. Um, I do apologize for the unprofessionalism in that. It's a mistake I will not make again. That's for sure. I was debating whether I would reenact it and have live audio, or if I would just have my initial reaction gameplay and just re-talk over it. And I decided for the latter purely because you can see my firsthand gameplay and experience, and then while I'll probably switch in between doing trying to reenact my initial emotions that I felt during playing this, if I remember them. I did record this yesterday, and I'm recording the audio the day after I recorded it. But I'll probably switch back and forth between trying to relay the original emotions I felt, and then also more thoroughly in post expressing what my thought process is for certain things, because there are a few puzzles in this that took me a second to figure out. Um, but uh, that is actually something that I'm trying to get better at we as I go through these videos, and something for the last 3 games that something that I noticed in Score, and something that I tried to do in Overture, and something that I'm starting to get better at. I feel, at least. We'll see what y'all take of it. Um, but and if at any point I'm not reading a note or something like this one, feel free to pause it and you can read it. I will probably have voiceovers for the notes themselves. If I edit the videos the way I'm planning, I'm gonna be trying something a little bit different and seeing how well it sticks. Um, my mind's kind of all over the place right now. I'm trying to get too much done. I'm trying to explain too much all at once. But anyway, long story short, I'm trying to get better at um, the constant commentary and explaining my thoughts rather than just thinking my thoughts and doing them. And that is something that I hopefully this will help me get better at with the post commentary. That is. Um, but anyway, I had it had been over a week since I had played this last, and so I was trying to get my bearings here, remembering exactly what I was doing. I was actually on vacation in the Virgin Islands at St. Croix. As the vacation was freaking phenomenal. I freaking loved it. Um, but I was trying to regain my bearings, and I was remembering I was gathering up these chemicals to try and get this cure working. I'm just exploring here, reading some of these posters about these dogs and realizing that they're probably doing experiments on the dogs. And then, oh my gosh, that freaking monster on the table with the very sus imagery in between his legs there. Um, yeah. Uh, but yeah, for the next episode and a half, I think, if I'm looking at my time codes correctly, uh, will be the post commentary. So I apologize for the slightly non non-genuine
all these drugs.
experience.
There's bound to be a big old needle at the end of this. That'd be enough to put any man off. No shame in that. You don't want to catch anything. One virus is enough for anybody.
Oh, just reaching my water bottle real quick. There we go. But yeah, I was not paying too close attention here for a second as I was kind of getting the initial talking done, but I think I'm realizing at this point that I need 6 different chemicals, and I think I've only found 5 at this point, and so I'm trying to find where. Oh wait, no, I'm still searching for some of the chemicals. So I only find 5 of these chemicals, and I have trouble finding the 6th one, which is sulfur. That's a whole incident later on, but we will get to that whenever we actually get to that. More to the point, I find the 5 out of the 6 chemicals. I realize this is the machine where I need to um, mix everything together for the cure. And then, upon investigating the note that we got from that computer, I think right here, I realized that I need to get substance 65, which is in the chemical laboratory. Yeah, I'm searching. Right here is where I'm searching for the 6th one, the sulfur, trying to see if I missed it somewhere. Um, but with no luck, I do not find it. I'm just like, oh, hey, is it like hidden in this thing that like it's hard to look at? No, it's not. Can't get in the vents. Not gonna be in there. I'm just trying to, trying to see if it's hidden in any little corners of the room. Try to see if I can read that. I can't read it. Awaiting substance and chemical compound insertion. I realized on the note is talking about buttons and pressing and mixing things the right orders, and so if I am assuming those are the buttons. Yeah, and then I look at my notes. I need to find something called substance 65. It's in the chemical laboratory, and so I'm like, okay, well, we'll maybe the sulfur is in the chemical laboratory along with substance 65, and so we can go there and see if we can find the last 2 parts, which would be substance 65 and the sulfur. Yeah, I'm just kind of rereading the note, trying to see everything I actually need here. And I noticed that it says that the buttons got reversed, and there was a manufacturing error, so that like the bottom row is reversed. And so I'm trying to like preemptively think about which buttons are which. I get it wrong. I'm just gonna blatantly say I do get it wrong, but I'm just trying to like preemptively look at the puzzle, see if I can get some things to make it go a little bit smoother once I get the final couple pieces to make this puzzle solvable. I'm thinking that this one or the top ones goes 3, 2, 1, and then the bottom red one is 4, 5, 6, and so I actually somehow ended up reversing both rows in my mind instead of just reversing the bottom row, and so it takes a second to solve the puzzle whenever I actually get to it. I was so close right there. So that's funny. Looking back on the second now, and I was like, I was so close to the sulfur right there. Okay, and now we're gonna be making our way over to the chemical laboratory. So I'm trying to remember exactly where the baddies were, because remember I was about a week since I had played this last. So I'm just trying to remember where the baddies were and where the patrol routes were. I only think there was one. And I think I remember him being over by the kennel, which is fairly far from here. So I don't think, unless there's a second one somewhere, I'm not gonna have to deal with any. Kind of exploring the area, seeing what I can see before I make my way over to the chemical storage. Broken glass and holes, gunfire that disappeared before I could finish reading it. So I obviously didn't actually read it in the moment. Just trying to see if any of these doors open. They do not. This actually ends up being a shortcut. And I hear the music pick up and get a little bit nervous, thinking there might be an enemy nearby. Yeah, that's actually a shortcut back towards where the office was, where Annabelle was, where we had the unfortunate accident. Not exact. I forget what I was thinking at that moment. I wonder if I was still a little nerved by the music and trying to see if there's a monster sneaking up on me or not. I'm trying to see what the different areas are that I haven't been to yet, and it looks like we haven't been down where all the B's are, like B457, B458, B459, 461, 460. I haven't been in that area, as well as number 5 where the chemical laboratory is. So I think we're gonna now start heading, or we're not going to start heading. We're going to look at the map again. What was I thinking here? Huh. Okay, well now we're gonna start heading toward the chemical laboratory. I'm just making sure no one's trying to sneak around. Don't want to have to get close and nasty with those monsters, aka foreshadowing. Okay, here we go. We got the chemical laboratory. Oh boy, there's some more gas.
Oh, damn! There's a gas leak. Guess we won't be getting through today. Best come back another lifetime, eh? Monkey?
More and more debris is piling up as this place slowly caves in, and Clarence is really not liking the idea of a cure. The emergency door, very sturdy, feeling this door only opens if something is terribly wrong. Well, I think something's terribly wrong. Like, there's gas piling in. Like, why isn't... If the gas is broken, why isn't the door opening? And at this point, we've had the same message several times. So I think we reached the end of this story for the save points, aka what I come to think of as Object 66. I remember. Hold on, I have my notes right here because I'm currently working on my analysis for Penumbra Overture actually at the same time as I'm doing the editing and final things for Penumbra Black Plague. Um, and I have my Penumbra notes here, and I think I'm theorizing, or I'm pretty certain. Where does this say it? Where does it say it? 66B. So object 66B is a manufactured item of unknown origins. Those are possibly what these save points are. Okay, and I'm having this, for some reason the door is not opening, and I'm thinking I might have to go back to the computer room where Annabelle was to open the door up. To actually get to actually get access to the chemical laboratory. Which means we're probably going to have to cross the sites of that guy. And I forget, is he right here? No, he's not right here. It means he's probably right here. Is he facing us? He is facing us. Let's wait a second before we cross. Trail of blood leading off. I remember in the moment I was like, I don't think that trail of blood was there before, but I think on second thought, I think it actually was there before, and I just re-triggered it. And again, the week of being the week of between session 2 and session 3, maybe forget a couple minor details like that. Okay. Computer was over here. so we got the door lock controller. It says all 3 of them are open. So why is it not working? Do I have to do something else? The diagnostics. I remember doing these before. Those were just for lore. And then this shmup.exe. It says it requires a passcode. I end up never finding the passcode, but upon doing a little bit of research for this game, turns out that's actually an Easter egg, and you have to just guess the right password. There's no actual, or as far as I'm aware, there's no actual play that tells you anything, and it turns into like this little mini game on the computer. I don't actually experience that, unfortunately. I might go back at some point just to see what the hell it is, but it's not important to the actual story. Although I am thinking in the moment that I'm have to find like some kind of password, and that's possibly what I need to activate to open the door. I'm noticing the vibrating brain, I think, on that table, and I was trying to see if like moving it would fix it, just out of pure game design curiosity. It doesn't. I go through and I find all these door codes from earlier in the game, and I'm going to try to use them to see if one of those is perhaps the password or the door. Um, if not, but it's good to be thorough, and I was thinking about that while I was here, so I was like, might as well try them out. They don't actually end up working because those were for doors in the first area where um it was in the computer, like the server hub in the first area where we end up trapping the guy in like that server room. That's what those codes were for. I did remember that. I was just thinking, well, maybe one of these is used later on too. So it's worth giving it a shot. I do wish that it would let you bring up your notes while you're on the computer screen, so you don't have to back out of it every single time. But it was probably a limitation of the era because this game was made a decent long time. When was Penumbra Black Plague made? I need to look up. I'm gonna look up the date real quick. I'm just curious. When was Penumbra invented? Huh? Black Plague made. It was made in 2008, February 12th, 2008. So, yeah, it was probably just a limitation of the time why the notes couldn't be brought up at the same time as the computer. But yeah, I tried looking through any other the recent notes, trying to see if I see any numbers that stand out, and I do not. And I am very confused at this time. Looking around, trying to see if there's like any passwords anywhere that I missed the first time, which would have been very valid considering I missed the sulfur. But and I ended up actually finding this painkiller in here too. I was like, oh hey, painkiller. Dump. I was gonna dump it out. Uh, but yeah, as I said before, there's no actual code anywhere. It's just an Easter egg. If you know the code, you can do the Easter egg in the game. That Annabelle boss fight, man, that was a interesting one. I really like I noticed the camera sitting atop in there, and that's actually a little bit of a foreshadowing for an area we'll come to a little bit later. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and run back over to I remember that. I saw him walking towards me, and I just decided, you know what, screw it, and just ran over anyway. And I heard the music pick up, so I think he did see me, but I think I ran out of his aggro range. I was a little bit nervous here. I remember I was looking at this map trying to see like what other rooms I could go check in for solutions to either the code in the computer room or the pipes issue in the chemical laboratory. And I was a little bit nervous. I kept looking back at that door to make sure he wasn't like sneaking through the door trying to get me. um, and I realized I think it's at this point that I realize I haven't been to any of those lower B rooms. Uh, because, and I was like, well, how do I get to those? Or actually, no, it's not at this point. Actually, I think at that point I was using the map as a place to just kind of sit and think about potential solutions. Oh no, I do realize it. I forgot. I do realize it at that moment. And then I was like trying to go find them, but I go the complete wrong direction and end up thinking that they don't exist when they really do exist. I remember now. I'm like looking around, trying to make sure there's no one sneaking around. Oh, yeah, and then you hear the growling from the other side, and I'm just like, "Oh wait, that's a shortcut back to the kennel area where the one guy is." So I'm thinking this is like the hallway where all the B rooms were. But it's actually not. Here's the chemical laboratory. And so looking at this map with the "you are here" symbol made me realize that I was actually in the wrong spot because this store right here was the one that I was staring at with the growling. So I ended up realizing there's two roamers actually. There's one that's going up and down the kennel hallway, and then there's one that's roaming around those B rooms, which makes me even more certain that one of the solutions I need is in those B rooms. And why else would that roamer be there? There's like no other reason to go down there besides for a potential solution or a potential item needed for a solution. And so I realized, oh, I go through here, and then this is the hallway. And I realized, holy crap, I could have walked out of the freaking mixer room and be face to face with the bad guy. I tried the first door, I didn't budge, which makes me like, okay, I'm gonna have to go deeper in this. And I hear him coming, so I run back, see the flashlight on the walls. It's actually a really good touch. I actually really like how I did that with the flashlights. And try to sneak around the other way, and then I realized, oh crap, they have line of sight of each other. Like, if I'm not careful, I could get caught by the guy going up and down the kennel hallway at the same time as the guy roaming around these B rooms. So I'm trying to sit here and pace them out and trying to see when the opportune time to sneak past and sneak through is. And I'm wondering if it'll be better to go this way closer to the kennel hallway, or if it would be better to, I see the guy with the flashlight right there, so I back off again. Or if it'd be better to go down the long hallway with really nowhere to hide. And I end up deciding to go down the long hallway, which is a really big risk that I made, but we will see how that pans out. I also noticed right here that that door is bricked up, so there's no going in there. The other door across from it won't budge, so those two rooms are no-go. So maybe the room on this, that door right there was a shortcut door, so that's why I didn't worry about checking it, because it was just a shortcut where it was on the other side where I heard this guy. Okay, this room opens. I go into it, and it's actually a really well lit room. and nothing is on at the moment. I wonder why. I'm looking around. I just don't see anything. Looking around, is there even a like collectible in here? I don't see any collectibles. I'm looking on top of the speaker up there. I'm looking like on the walls behind the chairs, and I'm just like, I don't. What's the purpose of this room? And to this day, I do not know what the purpose of this room is. Why? Maybe it's here just to hide in to let the roamer go past you so you can get onto the other side of him. That's what I was starting to think right here. And so I'm sitting here after I do a second round around the room, make sure I'm not missing anything, wait for him to pass, and then sneak out the other side to go check the room on the other side. That one's bricked up, no good. Okay, this door, what about this door? It won't budge. So what is the, and I end up just completely sprinting through here. Somehow not triggering, like the music didn't change at all. So I'm thinking I somehow didn't even trigger any of their aggro, which is honestly kind of interesting, which means they probably have really low aggro range. You have to like be like right in front of their face or something. But to this day, I am not sure what the purpose of that entire like lower loop is. There's like no reason to go down there. The only room that's open has nothing in it. And there, spoiler alert, I don't end up needing or ever going down there again. So I'm really not sure what the point of that whole area is. There's even a monster down there, which makes it seem like it's important, but it's like it's not. So I'm like really confused, trying to figure out what the next step is. Looking, are there any more B rooms that I haven't gone to? Because like the B456, I'm pretty sure I've already tried, so I didn't even go back to try it. But there was another one that said it would not budge. What really threw me off is on the map, it shows that some of the rooms have doors inside of the rooms. I was like, why did they put that much detail into it if they're not going to be accessible at any point? So at this point, I was like, okay, screw it. We're just going to go back to the chemical laboratory, see if I can figure out a potential solution. Okay, so here I unlocked this door from the computer terminal, but it won't open. A leaking gas must have triggered a emergency lockdown. So I did not see the text the first time I went through it. That's why I went back to the computer laboratory the computer to try to unlock it again. I didn't realize I had already unlocked it. A reinforcing plate keeping the pipe system intact. So here I start to form the hypothesis that I might need to replace the pipe part. And especially once I notice the pipe sitting on the side, but I don't actually act on it yet, apparently. Maybe it was maybe it was a little bit later that I started forming the hypothesis. But yeah, and so I'm like trying to think, oh, okay, it's already open. And I remember the door sitting over there saying it needs to be a state of emergency, so maybe I need to create a state of emergency. Okay, I start thinking, okay, how do I repair the pipe? Can I put a coin in it to stop it up? Can I saw things off? Like what is the game wanting me to do here? And I take the mask off, and I think right there I notice the pipe, or not. At some point here in a second, I will notice the pipe sitting on the ground right there. It's gonna be a lot more than a second, I see. I don't. What was I? Why did I go back out here? I think at this point I'm just randomly running around because I'm not sure what to do, and I'm trying to see if running around will spark an idea. Go back in here. Trying to see if there's any other things that work. The computers don't work. Oh yeah, I remember there was computers sitting in here. That's why I came in here to check to see if the computers would had a door lock on them or something. Maybe there was a double door lock that I needed to open. Well, I was in here, I decided to take another look around, see if I can see the sulfur. I do not, even though it's literally right in front of my eyes. Ugh. And I'm going back to the computer. And playing around with the diagnostic stuff, thinking maybe there's a diagnostic they can use to like set state of emergency or something. But there's no diagnostic doesn't give you anything to actually do. It just gives you a little bit of flavor text essentially for the area. All the diagrams are also just flavor text. The only really important thing was the door lock controller initially. I think for if I didn't to try basically. So like if I didn't automatically open the door whenever I looked at this computer the first time, I could have come back here, done the door lock controller, and then gone back and then be even more confused with the puzzle because it didn't work. I think is what that's there for. But other than that, the only important thing is the antidote.txt, which is now part of the notes in our notebook. Um, so it really stands out to me there. As I said, the 21st of August, I think it's was accident 18C. And I think this is the first time I've heard of a classification for the accident. Or at least a naming scheme for the accident. Whatever the accident actually was, which I don't think we actually know yet. Or at least I don't know at this moment as I'm recording the audio, so. Yeah, at this point I'm really not sure what I'm doing. I'm just kind of wandering around trying to see if anything sparks an idea. And I think I go back in here, and then after a few moments, this is when I notice the pipe sitting down. And that's when things start to click. I notice it immediately. Okay, I notice it immediately. I'm like, oh, this looks like it fits there. How do I make fit? And I go over and trying to see if it automatically clicks into place somewhere. It doesn't. And so I'm just like, okay. Is this here to tease me, or do I place it on one of these pipes on the wall right here? How do I get... Ah, excuse me. I'm about to cut that little cough out there. Ugh. Yeah, I'm looking around trying to see if there's any more pieces of pipe, or if this is the only one. I see this brick. Trash can. I'm just like, I don't see any more pipes. Is there a pipe hiding in a trash can? Like the painkillers were? Nope. Can't do anything with this door. Go back and trying to see if there's maybe some kind of shut-off valve hidden somewhere, or if there's some kind of button hidden somewhere. Meanwhile, the door keeps going off like crazy. This actually reminds me exactly of when I was coming back from St. Croix. I mentioned I was at the Virgin Islands all last week, and whenever we got back into the Dallas airport, um, uh, we were waiting for at the baggage claim. Me and my parents, I went with my family, and we were waiting at the baggage claim. And right by the baggage claim, there was these doors that led back into where the gates were, and but they were closed. And anytime anyone would go near to them, they would go, warning, security area, and like they were so sensitive. And by like the time the baggage claim had actually that started going, like the entire flight was gathered around waiting for their bags, and so many people were back in that corner, and so the gate was that warning was just constantly going off. Warning, security area, don't no access or something along those lines. And I just kept thinking like, oh my god, can people just move away from that, please? The funny thing was I was the first person to set that off because whenever I was going around, I went and ended up spitting out some of my gum that I was chewing on the flight, and then I came back to stand by my parents. And as I came back, I did like a wide turn around the baggage claim, and I went like just grazed into their sensitive area. And as I passed it, it did that. I thought I did something wrong. I was like, oh no, what happened? And then, but like it was nothing. It's just the door going off like that constantly, which reminded me of that. And so I realized there's another discarded piece of the piping, and so I was like, okay, this has to go on here somewhere. How do I make this go on here? I'm like looking for any places that the pipe might fit. Literally just stuffing it along the wall, sliding along the wall, trying to see if it'll hit a sweet spot where it'll connect somewhere. And like I end up throwing it against the door out of frustration. And then I realized, wait a second, I can throw. Warning, security area. No, access. Water's good for the soul. Warning, security area, no access. Warning, security area, no access. Warning, security area, no access. I'm just like looking at the pipe, like how do I fix you? And I was realizing at this point that like the entire game, the solutions have always been in the rooms, unless you had to go get a specific item. The solutions were always in the same room as the puzzle. Boom. Out of frustration, I was like goofing around trying to do things, and out of frustration, I ended up throwing it at it. And I was just like, oh, that's how you do it. And so I can catch a new pipe. There's a safety lid on the pipe, turn in the wall. So I'm like, okay, so how do I? Oh, easy. You throw something at it again. Yay! Brute force always wins. Boom. The gas is clear. The gate is green. No more security. Warning. No more warning. Security area. No access. Now we have access. And so I'm just like, okay, before I do anything, I'm gonna freaking see. I don't want to deal with that pipe puzzle again. Pipe puzzle of my nightmares. It's the most simplest thing that I just could not figure out. And here we go into the next area.
Take a right turn. Monkey, they're everywhere. Don't go on. Turn around. You'll get us killed.
So I'm like, what do you mean they're everywhere? I'm like a little bit terrified at this moment because I still have not had a face-to-face encounter with these monsters yet, and so I'm just like, oh god, is this where it's gonna happen? This is where it's gonna happen. Also, I do apologize. I noticed it just a second ago, but I do apologize. I was having a little bit of sensitivity issues with my mouse, and I kept like spazzing every now and then. I was like, oh, there's a guy right there. Gotta back off. It doesn't actually end up impacting any gameplay or whatever, but it's just a little visually jarring every now and then. It's like, okay, he's facing that way. Does he turn around? Or does he face the other way? Or can I sneak around behind him? So I'm like sitting here. I'm like, okay, I think I can sneak around behind him. And I do. Okay, this looks important. Let's go in here.
Switch.
Warning, security area, no access.
They see us. Quick, there's a switch back there. Be careful.
Warning, security area, no access. And yes, I'm gonna say that every single time the door beeps. So I'm like, switch, okay. Blood lead to switch? No. There's no switch, but there's barrels. So I'm thinking, oh no. Is the switch right by him? Am I gonna have to somehow get close to him and turn the freaking switch on? I'm like, yep, there's the switch. Oh no. How am I gonna do this? I think, oh, wait, I can throw stuff. Throwing's been important the last couple of minutes. Maybe I can throw these barrels and distract him? Boom. Let's see if that works. It did. He moved. He moved forward. Question is, will he come back, or is he just going to stay right there? So I have a second barrel. If he comes back, I can know the timing, and I'll be able to make a good judgment whenever I throw the second barrel. He's not moving. And now I'm terrified to move, because I feel like as soon as I move, he's going to turn around and see me. He is still not moving. He is still not moving. I'm going to make a break for it. Let's go. And as soon as I flip the switch, he turns around. Whoop. Just going to run through. Area's being locked down. They know I'm here for sure. Hi, camera. I have no idea what this is, but it gave me the creeps. Indeed. So I'm just like, okay, there has to be more monsters around here, right? Like, what are the cameras for? Like, are they going to alert the monsters if I step in them or something? Or... Oh. Okay, what's about to find out what happens. I guess I breached the no access security area. Well, interesting with these cameras is they have a very short look. Like you can be fairly far off from them, and they won't see you. Okay. Like I feel like I should have got spotted there, but I didn't. I sprint across the other side. See, oh, a switch. Oh, it's one of the... Okay, so there's going to be several different rooms, and I'm going to have to find the switch in all the rooms.
You don't have to go through with this. We can be friends. I don't want to die, monkey.
Neither do I, and I feel like I'll die with you inside of me. Clarence. And so I realized at this point, okay, so I'm going to have to go in every room, and I'm going to have to flip the switch, and if I get seen by a camera, it'll de-flip the switch, and I'll have to go back and flip it. And I realized that's what the catch is here. So, honestly, I feel like what I could have done is I could have just sprinted through and found the first switch without worrying about where the cameras see me or not. But I decided that I wanted to play it thematically, and so I'm going to be stealthy the whole way through, not just run to the first switch. Because, oh god, I'm getting a little stuffy. Ugh, excuse me. The triggering the camera in the first room didn't seem to have any actual consequences before I flipped the switch. I'm waiting to see. I'm going to sneak through here. Okay, that camera shines both here and the first. Oh, there's not a camera right there. Okay. using the corners of the walls. I can hide underneath the camera. And I see the red of the switch over here. Okay. Good to go. Now we can hide underneath the camera. As soon as it flips away, we'll go over here. Then we gotta wait for the cameras to move again, and I'll sneak right past to... Why is it red? Warning, security area, no access. It's like, oh, there's a second switch somewhere. So it's probably gonna be over here where the other camera is. Let's go this way. Using the walls to my advantage right there. I was like, here we go, second switch. Okay, we're good to go now. I remember also like just thinking like, who designed this area? Like, what is the purpose of this place other than being a maze? It's like this area feels very mazy. My first instinct I came in here and I was just like, oh, chase. I'm about to be chased. I'm about to be chased.
Something's wrong.
Yep, I'm being chased. And it's like, wait, what? Do I have to solve a puzzle while I'm being chased? Oh no, this is going so freaking slow. I was like, oh no, what am I? Oh, they're right here already. Like, what do I jump on the table? Get away from them. And there's actually no way to escape them. It just after they catch up with you, a second it just fades to black even if you aren't caught yet. And so I'm trying to think like, okay, how do I solve this puzzle in 5 seconds without them catching me? I was like, do I have to hide from them maybe? I'm like, no, there's no way I can solve this. I'm gonna have to hide from them. I'm like, wait a second. There's a save point right there. How do I make this room safe? I'm like, no time, I need to hide. So I try to hide over here. And what's funny is they end up not seeing me. They just run into the room, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going, and it fades to black. And it's like, well, okay, so obviously that's not the solution. There's a save point. How do I make this room safe? I was like, is there a way to block the door? I was like, oh, filing cabinet. Oh, this is how you block the door. Okay, block the door, block the door, block the door. I was like, oh, is that going to keep them forever? Or is this just a time thing? Like, if the save point's in here, I have to be safe forever, right?
Jet workers are inefficient workers. Always wear safety goggles when handling hazardous materials. And be sure to store your personal cyanide capsule well away from archaic issue aspirin.
Are we good? Oh. And then they just... I think they... I was like, how the fuck did that just break over there? I wasn't even over there this time. Like, oh, computer. Diagnostics. Emergency security protocol enables a final line of archaic security designed to protect all remaining human inhabitants at all costs. Do you wish to engage emergency security? Like, nope. I'm not even going to interact with that. So, okay. So let's solve this puzzle. I have the container, so I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to take this green-looking thing and put it in the container that I just picked up. Also, there's a valve on the wall right there. Let's save before I do anything else. Okay, so I thought square in the corner looks like where I need to put this. Okay, I grabbed it. Look at this hook moves so freaking slow. Nope, I completely missed it. Like, okay, I probably should put this in the container before. I probably should put the container in here before I actually let it go. And let it go. Let it go. Okay. Success music. I got the substance. I better find a new way out of here.
I could learn to live with this. It might not be so bad. We'd be like roommates. We could take it in turns to to drive. Just think about what you're doing.
I am thinking about it. Ooh, collectible. Some supplies. Okay, let's see what the valve does. It's green now. Uh-oh.
In 2 minutes.
Oh, no, oh god, security door. Run through security door. And so my instinct when I saw that was to put the gas mask on. I think, however, the gas mask wasn't doing anything. I think that was supposed to be like hot steam. Like, does the valve do anything? No, the valve's stuck. I can't turn it, just run. And so I don't think the gas mask actually does anything. I think I was literally just hindering my vision for no reason right here. So I'm pretty sure it just hurts you as you run through it.